Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hello. Get my hair to cooperate. Good morning. Good morning, lover boy. Good morning. Get that stuck on there. Just got my coffee going. It's chilly here too. We had a little bit of a cold snap for a little bit. Good morning. You can get put on the list for a free card. I start right away by doing a reading for the collective, and then I do cards after that. So I can put you on the list for the first spot. So then you just have to wait probably like what? 5-10 minutes. Good morning, Chipmunk and Renee and Bee, everybody. Yes, beautiful. I'm going to put you on the list for first. Okay, Abdul? We're going to decline any invites. Definitely. Hi, Jesse. Jesse, I'll put you on the list. And then we already have Chipmunk and Loverboy. And I got my standing 2 and B. Perfect. Okay, we'll start with that. We'll get this reading done so that we can, I got you on the list, Loverboy. Got Facebook user. I just need your name, love. That silly StreamYard bit of where it, good morning, Mama Chow. Good morning, Alec. Hi, Blanco. I can definitely put you on the list. I'm going to leave a space holder for, ooh, a Nordic spa. Sounds lovely. You're going to have to let me know. You're going to have to let me know how that is. I was at a spa the other day, but not a Nordic one. So there's one other user that came in with Facebook user that was asking, and Amanda, a new card for a new adventure. Good morning. Good morning. Okay. So I'm going to continue on the list. I'll put Blanco. Leave that little space for the Facebook user. If they'll give me their name, I'll put you on the list. Blanco on the list and Amanda on the list. Good morning, Jeet. I can send you some energy. Hi, Amanda. Sure. We got both Amandas. We do have just a hard stop before like noon. I have a call at noon. So as long as we're good by then, I got you on the list, Mama. Hi, Gandalf the Great. Winnie. Perfect. I'll put you in the space there, Winnie. I held it open for you. And Gandalf. All right. I'm going to pause on writing names down. Good morning, love. I'm going to pause on writing names down so we can get the reading part going. And then we'll continue on with some more names. I mean, I'd love to help you with a new car too, but all righty, let's get to the general reading and then we'll get on to the one that everyone wants, which is their own individual cards. So the first card that I pulled was Thinker. Aw, thanks, Tommy. He's cute. Thinker. Number 44 in protection mode. Okay, so this lovely little thinker in protection mode. So you might be suffering from analysis paralysis. We get too caught up in our heads and we can't figure things out because we're just like think, right? Thinking has its place, but trying to figure everything out logically is not going to work right now. Your conclusions will likely be faulty, and you may act on false assumptions that will get you into a jam. Give your mind a rest. Do something creative, exercise, or meditate. Soon you'll come to your senses, and an aha moment will bring new clarity. Perfect. Hi, Dallas. I am open, right? I'm open. I swear. Oh, very nice. So we're stuck in our head. Let's see what the other cards talk about because I know what they were. Overflow, overwhelm, and plenty. Okay, so number 43. So we had number 44 and number 43. Okay. All right. So many good things are headed your way or are already occurring in your life right now, yet you might be thinking that they're not possible or you're not worthy of them. So maybe that's where our block is with the thinking, is that we think we're not deserving or we're not really seeing it, right? You should have a gratitude practice. It really helps, right? So, abundance is everyone's natural state before we project our restrictions on it, defining what it means, who has it, who gets it, and so forth. Right now, take yourself out of your conditioning and look at your life through the eyes of plenty. There is so much beauty and love. Opportunities and divine synchronicities destined to support your dreams abound and are lined up for you. Yet it's sometimes difficult to discern it all because you're bombarded with too much information and stimulation, distracting you from the truth that all is well. So maybe it's time to turn off the TV or the other distractions that we're using to avoid having to just actually deal or be present in the moment. Sometimes all this overflow can be overwhelming, and you may find yourself responding with empathy overload. Empathy overload occurs when you tune into the collective angst and fear about impending changes and uncertainties, right? So when we tune into like what's going on in the Ukraine, or we turn into, what's going on in other countries, or we turn into big levels of distress or dysfunction that's going on in society, that we have no control over those things, that all we can control is ourselves. So bringing ourselves back into ourselves and into our lives. I always talk about that. The wider your view is, the harder it is, right? You can definitely get healing, Jeet, for sure. So it's unimaginable. You feel like you're drowning in those emotions. It's time to allow yourself to detach, bring yourself back to your life, restore your faith in a power greater than you, and remind yourself to focus on your smaller personal universe. In this way, you know that you are the conduit for life's blessing and can share them with others, making this perception of overflow profoundly abundant. So a really good message there, right? That bringing our view back into that narrow view, right? The wider that you have it, if you're thinking worldview, really, there's a lot going on and you can very well get overwhelmed. If you look at your country, you can still be feeling overwhelmed. So then narrow it in. What about your province? Is that still too much overwhelming information? Well, what about the city or town that you live in? Is that still overwhelming and too much information about what you can't control? So then bring it into you and your particular life. And how can you deal with that stuff, right? How does having that smaller view make you feel less overwhelmed, right? Because we can control so much more on our own. All right. So I pulled good old Virgo energy, literal Virgo, for our astro card. So let's see. So Virgo is all about digest, symbolized by a woman or goddess. Good morning, beautiful. Yeah. Right? It's that, and it's true, right? There's so much that we can't control out there. If we start, and the news is just there to get us all fear-based, and we're easier to control when we're afraid, right? People that are super afraid of everything that's going on, and the government says, you know what? We'll protect you, we'll help you, we'll give you money, we'll do this, right? They're not there to protect you. They're not there to give you, nothing comes for free, nothing, right? We're so much better being sovereign beings, having our own ability, right? And the more that we expand our view, the more terrifying it can get because of the fear-based mentality of the world, and how much the news and how much media makes us afraid of everybody, right? I used to say that to my mom when she would get all caught up in the news and stuff, and she was just really anxious and scared. And I'd be like, yeah, but how are things in your house? How are things like in your house? And then she would pull back and be able to look at that viewpoint. And in her house, things weren't bad. So it was actually helpful. Yes, absolutely. It keeps it, because when we are in fear-based or in the energy depleting emotions, the DNA that it gets really tightly wound as it's as we are, my brain's like shut down, like, oh, hello, nurse, where's that nurse brain in there? When our DNA is replicating, there we go. When our DNA is replicating, when we're in fear-based or in the negative emotions, not that any emotion is negative, but it's just easy for people to to connect with what I mean when I say a negative emotion, because people would think anger, fear, loathing, all of those types of things, but they're not. They're just energy depleting. And when we're doing that, our DNA gets really tightly coiled as it's, that was weird. I swore I saw something go behind me. Maybe it's just a heart, a heart floating up here, and I thought it was something moved. I'm like, there's nothing there. You can definitely get on the list, Kita. When we're in love and joy and, peace and calm, our DNA replicates in these beautiful, expansive, right? It's just beautiful and expansive versus tight. So it literally makes us sick to be in fear and angry. Those people that walk around angry all the time, they're just really tightly wound DNA that's replicating, and that's why they end up getting sick. So very important information for that. All right, back to hearing about Virgo and getting through this so we can quickly get to everybody's cards and some healing. So, symbolized by a woman or goddess holding a sheaf of wheat, the mutable earth sign Virgo is ruled by Mercury. Definitely Flack. I'm going to call you just Flack, not Sflack. S-Flack. Wheat can only feed the multitudes once the grain is sorted from the chaff. Virgo is connected to the nervous system and intestinal tract, the job of which is to sort nutrients from waste. Good morning, Alicia. How are you, love? The sun shines here August 21st to September 21st. The action: look for the grain and release the chaff. Weed, harvest, sort. Something in this situation needs to be sorted, edited, or reorganized in order to bring in its harvest. Whether you're asking about a relationship, a work project, or culture in which you work, Virgo wants you to be specific. So Virgo's the perfectionism, right? Wound too tight. Definitely it's the DNA that's wound too tight when somebody's like really angry. Marla, I sent you a message, love. It just said hi. It said good morning, or it said hi, love, or something like that. But if you respond to that message, then I'll send you my address, because you'd asked for that yesterday, and I'll send that to you. So Virgo wants you to be specific, sort and release a habit, not a person, and change how you interact, but not necessarily with whom you interact. Examine the situation for the patterns that need to be released and composted, and what seeds need to be saved for another time or planted for the next season. Rather than focus on faults, appreciate what is valuable about each interaction, opportunity, and person. Truly absorb the worth and wonder and be healed thereby. It may be time to take an introspective break and work on your self-care routine. Look at your diet and healthy habits to see what needs improvement. Absorb vitality. Oh, thanks, Chipmunk. I can add you to the list, Chanby, for sure. You're welcome, Marla. You can definitely get healing, Jeet. I don't know if you heard me last time. I put you on the list for healing, but you're on the list, Jeet, okay? And I'm just going to finish the reading for this and then start working on the list. Good morning, Nikita. So the challenge: if you weed the garden and don't plant or cultivate, all you have is an empty bed. Editing without creating gives you no content. Sometimes you have to ask the inner editor to take a break and let the creative process flow. Then let the editor clean and polish. You definitely can have be on the list, Nikita. So the gift: the world is gloriously complex. Virgo encourages us to see how the details fit together, how the leaves and twigs make up a forest. Light and shadow co-create our image of the whole. Rather than judge the worth of the part, pay attention to the necessary role each plays. The chaff protects wheat so it can grow and therefore has value, even if it's not edible. Perceive not just with your mind, but with mind, heart, and soul together. So beautiful message there. Hi, Rick. Good morning. All right, let's see how the tarot pulls it all together. One more cards, guys, and then I'll tell you what this all means. Okay, so the tarot that I pulled was the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, so let's see what the Knight of Pentacles tells us about this. So in the light seer position, which is the position that I pulled it in, diligence and hard work, determination, steadfastness, building materials, security, safety, being pragmatic, and expansion. So he's toiling and tilling his lands and enjoying every minute of it. More practical than the other knights, he improves things for himself and for those that he loves, with a steadfast and consistent momentum. Devoted to solidifying foundations, he assures you that extra care today will multiply your harvest tomorrow. It's time to show fierce loyalty, pride, and trustworthiness, and to tend to your home while uncovering your unwavering ambitions for the future. Sometimes this energy is so stable that it feels repetitive. So if you're feeling resistance, or if you kind of prefer to stay in bed, find the joy in your progress. The journey is the thing. Uncover heart-stirring enthusiasm by allowing yourself to believe in something brighter. This is a card of infinite expansion, and with time and faith, your seeds will take. Follow through on your plans and promises and move any stagnant energy that is blocking you from your dreams. Seed by seed, I plant my future with my rock-steady foundations of faith. So again, we're talking about planting seeds. We can't just, and I love that message from Virgo about you just can't go, pulling all the weeds out and not planting new, just like we can't keep letting go. If I keep letting go of everything that I'm holding on to because I want no attachment to anything, then I have nothing, right? And while that's a very free space to be in, you still have to be open to receiving things. You have to be open to accepting the stuff that's coming to us as well. Okay. I like doing those things because then I have my coffee to have a sip. And I had a couple of names to put on the list. Okay. So Chandni had asked, hey, fear, not dear one. Definitely no fear. No fear. I'm your morning coffee. I love it. I love it. Okay, I got to put Chandni on the list. And then I have to also put S-Flack on the list. And I'm going to do a quick little scroll. Just want to make sure I'm not missing anybody who asked. Oh, definitely Nikita. And I know Jeet is on there for healing. And I have a heart beside her name because she wanted healing. So I'm just confirming I do have you on the list. And I have my little chipmunk on the list. Yep. Making sure. Checking my list. Checking the list. Kita. Yes, need Kita on the list for sure. Haha. Love and light. Hi, Flower Cloud. Yeah, I'll definitely give you some good. So I put Katrina on the list. Okay, Flower Bud. Aw, thanks. Do you like it? I love it. I love it. Between this one and my citrine one, but I want there's other ones I'll get at some point. Okay, I got everybody on there. I believe I've got everybody on here so far. We'll add more as necessary, but let's get the show on the road so we can get there. Okay. All right. So the message, right? We are overthinking, stuck in our head. We're really like cranking, holding ourselves back by being stuck in our minds, right? And that is preventing us from being in an overflow of plenty. Instead, we're in the overflow of feeling overwhelmed. So once we let go of that think, how is it going to get to me? How is it supposed to show up? What is it going to look like? And just being stuck in our minds, then we open up for that overflow to be that feeling of plenty as opposed to overwhelming, right? And Virgo is asking us to weed the garden, but make sure that we're planting our seeds too, because we need to have both. And this is telling us that we're going to have plenty, right? We have to watch the what we're planting and make sure that, we're focused on what we can do for everybody. And lovely tiara. Perfect. Hello, Megan Mello. Hello, All Things Vicky. And hello, Lulu. I can put you on the list. And Kodak, I can put you on the list too. Okay, let's get these cards out of the way so we can get on to the cards that everyone wants. Good morning, Jess. I'm definitely put you on the list. Hello, Megan. All right. Hi, Maddie. Hello. Okay, let's get started. All right, so first on our list, we have Abdul. So I'm going to pull a card for you, dear. I hope that you're still there. That's the only thing that you have to do is stick around until the time that you get your card. Aw, thanks, Kodak. I actually curled my hair, but it fell out. It fell out today. Good morning, Heidi. How are you? Okay, so he's looking for a timeline one. I could do. How about I'm going to pull you a card and we'll see what the card tells you. But if the card doesn't seem to resonate, then maybe I'll just do a pendulum swing and see, because I have pendulums. Aw, Sam, maybe I am single, but we should probably get to know each other a little bit. Let's start with, what is your sign? You're not well, Heidi? Hmm. You should talk to me. I have lots of things that I can help you with that will help you feel okay. No problem. So we're still using our 7 energies for the list for sure. Alrighty. Vicky on the list. Me too. I'm so excited to talk with you on the phone too, Kita. All right. Ears wide open. Number 33 is the card that I pulled. I love Aries energy. B, I like you so much more now. my fire sign is like, ooh, Aries. Ooh. All right. The beautiful card for Abdul, ears wide open. Oh, hi, Kira. Thank you. Oh, did you want to have, I can do some, mine Sagittarius. I'm Sagittarius with a side, or my ascendant, a side of Taurus, and then Virgo. So I have, my moon is Virgo. Emotionally, I'm Virgo energy, but my star is Sag. You and I would get along very, very well, Kita, being Gemini. Gemini is are good friends. I'm good friends with Geminis. I was just looking, I got to get Maddie on the list, and then I'm going to read the card. Maddie, and then CMK. Well, I've been having a lot of signs come up that I need to, that there's a Scorpio that's going to be important in my life. So, but I'm thinking more of they're for some reason in a partnership. Aquarius. Ooh, you know what, Heidi? Your supermoon is coming up on Saturday. The supermoon, depending on where you are, northern or southern hemisphere. But the got to make sure I'm getting the right book. That's what I got to do. There's the right book. The supermoon is in Aquarius, and this is a supermoon because it's closer to the Earth, so the effects will be felt more, and it'll be a big moon for you. All right, Abdul, ears wide open. Yes, big supermoon. Remember, Saturday, 9 p.m., Divine Feminine Healing Collective. We're doing a new moon ceremony. Yes, Scorpios are intense. Saturday at 9 p.m. Eastern. On the Divine Feminine Healing Collective, we'll be doing the new moon ceremony. And it's a super new moon, so we'll make it super fun. We'll do some super manifesting, super setting goals. Beautiful. I might dial it back an hour and have it at 8 to 10, like 8 o'clock, but we'll see, because then people in the Pacific time zone, then for them it's like 5 o'clock, so it makes it Taurus. Nice, Sagittarius. I love it. Okay, Abdul. Sorry, I have a touch of ADHD, so I get distracted by I get distracted. Aw, hello, my love. Lovely Scorpios. I love the Scorpio energy. Yes, it's taken. I have very healthy hair, but I really take care of it. Okay. Back to Abdul. Deep listening as a gift we give to others. Understanding someone else's needs, showing focused attention, tuning into another, and letting go of the ego's need to be heard. The world is constantly speaking to us and offering clues about what is really going on beneath the surface of things. We all have the capacity to hear beyond the noise that reaches our ears. The challenge is when we feel misunderstood and unheard. When we feel insignificant, it's easy to over-explain ourselves in an attempt to get acknowledged. That's a huge trauma thing. If we weren't understood, or we weren't paid attention to, or we weren't heard as children. So if you find yourself with that need to constantly be explaining yourself, that is a big sign of, oh, thanks, Megan. That's a big sign of not being heard or listened to when you were a child, is that need to over explain because you really want people to understand you. You weren't understood before. Okay. So when we now's the time to let all that go. Offer your attention as the great gift it is. It's time to stop multitasking, checking your phone, thinking of what you're going to say next, and doing all the other things that keep you from fully connecting. Thank you. So that's an important thing to note too, right? Who wants to have a conversation with me? Right? Who wants to talk to me when I'm busying myself with this, right? That's, so we have to sit back and we have to be like, I'm going to actually pay attention. I'm going to be in the moment. And I'm going to listen to you because what you're saying is important to me and I want to hear it. Right. Whereas now when we're doing this, we're saying that, maybe what you're saying is important to me, but I also am not fully invested in that. I'm also invested in what's going on here because maybe something's going to be more important here than what's there. Right. So remember that, we want to be listening authentically to the person to give them that. If we want to be authentically listened to, right, we have to have that two-way street where we're going to listen fully and we want other people to listen fully. So let's listen to hear what they're saying. Whenever we are in a state of chaos and distraction, paying attention to only some of what is being said, we lose the ability to pick up on everything, including that which is not being said. Deep listening is the way in which we immerse ourselves in the truth of the world. In this way, with ears wide open, we also open our hearts and minds to understand more than what is conveyed through words alone. Opportunities arise from the subtle cues we miss when we are not 100% present. Right? Because they're just not. They're so focused on their phone. They're like walk into things, right? But that's an important part too. If you're not fully invested in the conversation, you're missing out on so many other cues, right? What about their body language? What about their facial expression? Those little cues and stuff. So somebody's talking to you and let's say they're telling you this big old lie and they're trying to manipulate you and you're playing on your phone and you're missing their little cues, their subtle cues that they're lying or that they're manipulating you, right? Those things that they're giveaways because you're not even invested in the story. Or if somebody, you see them talking to you and some sadness or, emotion crosses their face because what they're sharing with you has like importance to them and you don't miss those cues. You don't understand how much value that actually had to them at that point because you're not fully invested in the conversation. So purposeful open listening is an act of true respect and intimacy. Letting go of the need to be heard or to be right, you become expansive and alert to the meaningful potential. Right now, keep your ears wide open and you will find more than you were searching for. Oh, are you on the yay AI? We could have a conversation now about AI. How many people are slightly concerned about AI? How many people watch Jurassic Park and iRobot and things like that and figure that humanity needs to stop playing with stuff? Do you have to leave right away? Jeet, is that what you're in a hurry for? Me too. Team human all the way. Team human. I think that, and it's interesting because you see people right now and they're like, authentic AI. Code, like create your content with authentic AI. Create authentic content with AI. Okay, but how is that authentic? How is that authentic? Or join me, and like I've perfected AI. Join me and I can teach you all about AI. It's been out for a hot minute. You're not an expert. So just dial it back a sec, right? Just dial it back a sec. Okay, so we're going to do healing for Jeet because Jeet has to go to work. So I'm going to give her some healing energies so that will be free to go when she needs to. Anyone else that needs healing energy, if you just pay attention and follow along as well. Okay. I'll start with Jeet, and then if you need healing, just envision the same thing that I'm doing with Jeet. Okay, so what I want you to do, my dear, is I want you just to place your hand on your chest. Okay, we're just going to put our hand on our chest. Okay, and we're just going to envision white light coming into you. Okay, that's just for your own purpose. And then I can put you on the list, Shri, for a card or something, but yeah, I'll put you on the list, okay? And I have to scroll through and make sure I have everyone, okay? So I've noted your question, and I'll put you on the list, okay? Jeet, make sure that you're doing this part, okay? White light in healing, warm white light, hand on your chest, and I'm going to connect, okay? I've got to get myself in place. All right. Good morning. Okay, let me know how that felt for you, G, and for everyone else. usually I get really cold, or that can be energy that you experience. So a trauma healer, and typically I have in between as a trauma wellness healer. I'm wearing good clothes to not get too cold today, but so I call myself a trauma wellness healer, and the reason why is I do healing, but I also tie in wellness principles for healing trauma. So my whole program is very natural and holistic, right? I can do that. We can see. I'm sure that people will be okay, but yeah, where you need it. So the energetic, but so my healing is all done with holistic methods. So when I guide somebody through their trauma, we do things like compassionate inquiry or somatic experiencing or polyvagal theory, or we do EFT, so tapping, we do breath work, meditation, mindfulness, grounding, nutrition, exercise. It's all holistic stuff that's readily available to you. The only thing that would even be an additional cost when you're healing with me is to purchase healthy food versus unhealthy food. Yeah, definitely connect with me. I have a bunch of different healing, or a bunch of different, like, I have different things that I do, different programming that I do. You can sign up with me to work with me for an entire year where I will work through you with every aspect of your health. I was a nurse for 20 years, so I have the background of like my nursing as a background, but I went through a ton of trauma, and I have 9 years post-secondary education and then additional education on trauma modalities and theories. So I combine all of those together, my personal lived experiences through trauma and my healing journey, combined with all the trauma modalities, my 20 years of nursing, my 9 years plus of education, all of that together to help. Well, I don't know. This person's just deciding to be rude for zero reason. And so I'm just going to block them. We're just not engaging with anyone that's like that. I don't know why someone comes on when we're talking about health and healing and stuff and just blah, blah, blah. Who cares? Or, that you're selling a scam and stuff like that. They have no idea what they're talking about. So anyway, rude, deleted. How do you contact me? I can see if I can put a post. I'll put a contact post here, Abdul. I'll put my link. It's on the other page. That's why. I'm like, where did it go? Where did my links go? I will put down a link. Just give me 1 second. Copy link, and let me know if that comes up for you. And I can see. No. So I did a general comment in the whole thing, but let's see if it'll let me. No. Okay. I did it. I'll connect with you afterwards, Abdul, to send you. I'll send you the link after the program. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Gandalf. So Gandalf had asked if he could get bumped up because he has to go to work. So are we okay with doing that? And Rev, the only thing we're doing is an energy exchange. If you can give a gift, great. But if you can't give a gift, then just tap on the screen to give that energy exchange. Oh, sorry, Gandalf. Yes, I should go in and see hospitals, but they need different types of hospitals, not the ones that are focused in Western medicine now, where they have more healing. Good morning, Tiffany. Alrighty, so Gandalf. Well, Gandalf, I pulled you Call of the Muse. It's a beautiful card. Okay. Whew, I'm blinking out. I won't, dear. I will connect with you after the live. I'll comment on your comment, sending you that the link for that. And you can also get the link off my personal profile. It's my Calendly link is there on my profile as well. Trying to see if I miss anybody. Hello. Yes, there needs to be more healing and more change. Hi, Tamika. Hi, Tiffany. Hi, Emma. Just making sure I'm not missing. And Rev, I can put you on the list for sure. Aw, love to you, lover boy. You're welcome, Jeet. Thank you, Alicia. I love the crown too. And Danya, Rev, connect with me, my love. Connect with me. I have a bunch of different things that I can help you with. And same thing, fighting cancer, Amy's way. Beautiful. All right. Okay. I think I caught up. Connect with me, Rev. Connect with me. And Tamika, you can definitely get on the list. Aw. No, beautiful. Oh, I don't, you know what, Abdul, I do not, I'm open to whatever your beliefs are. I personally am spiritual, not religious, but I hold space, and you can ask other people who work with me that are Christian or Muslim, that I do, what your faith is, that's your belief system, and I'm okay with that. I'm very much okay with that. I'm okay with that. I have my views, and my views are okay for me, and your views are okay for you, and that's okay. The only thing we have to do is just be open for it, right? We just have to be open. All right. This is for Gandalf. Okay, Gandalf, number 31. Call of the Muse, and let's see how this helps you. So creative expression, being in the flow of creativity. Perfect. And on my profile up there is the link, and I'm sure that the mod squad could drop the one link as well. Could drop the link for the crystal clear call. That's a free 30-minute call where you can connect with me and we can talk about what I have, and I'll even give you a little bit of guidance during it as well. Nobody ever walks away from anything with me that doesn't get something in return, that's for sure. All right, so being in the flow of creativity, tuning into inspiration, allowing creativity without being subconscious, writing and journaling as a means of connection. When you feel the call of the muse, you're being invited to create, to be the artist, choreographing your life, serving on behalf of the great artist, divine source. While the process feels intensely personal, your ego and self-identification are, ironically, the most unnecessary parts of the equation. While you might think you own the magic of your creativity, can you truly say you're the source of the inspiration? Similar to the creative genius from card 29, imagine your creativity stemming from another spiritual guide, the muse. Just as the genius needs to partner with your intellect, so does the muse need you to open your heart and let magic flow through your intuition and emotions. Stop seeing yourself as the center of the process and instead see yourself as a partner in a creative dance. Sometimes you might be inside the muse and the feelings, the story, and its expression. Other times you observe from the sidelines, watching it all flow from an unknown yet deeply intimate source. Today, your muse is calling you to be a channel and allow the creative energy to flow through you. The energy of emotion is waiting to be given a voice, a name, a shape, or a color. Journal. Finish that writing project. Start something new. Paint, sing, dance. And don't worry where any of it lands. It has its own plans for you. Your muse knows where this is all meant to go. For you, the big magic is in the experience of answering the call. So I think that's good thing my dog didn't see that. There's a squirrel outside. We would have had a good show of energy from him if he saw it. But he is out. He is out. Good morning. I love you. Definitely. I'm going to write you down, my dear. And just a reminder for those that are in the One Sacred Journey Oracle group on Wednesdays, because today is Wednesday and it's the week where I do the guidance card pull. I've already pulled 3 cards, and I'm going to put the video up a little bit later today with it, right? So that being in flow with source. But for your relationship, Gandalf, when this card comes up and talks about that, it is that dance between the two partners, right? There is that dance between the two partners. But one of the things that I think that it's asking of you to do is to connect with, different things that bring out your creativity. Because when we get creative, we do get inspired, and inspired is in spirit. So we get that creative connection with higher spirit. And when you're journaling, right? If you're journaling about your relationship, there's often times where you're going to get a download that's going to tell you, wait a second, this is how I really feel about this relationship, or this is how I really see it. Or maybe I can pull back and have a little bit more objectivity about the relationship, as opposed to being in there holding on to all of the emotions of the relationship as well. Right? There's, looking at the relationship from both aspects. You want to come in with the inspiration and creativity and, that source, but you also want to be back out with objectivity. So that dance between those two, the objectivity to allow you to see the relationship from that place, but the inspired space, that creative flow of energy to see the relationship from that space, to know whether or not is that relationship really supporting you? Is the relationship loving? Right? Oh, I can put you on the list, Crystal, for sure. I gotta write smaller. Smaller. Alrighty, let's get some coffee. And Gandalf, let me know how that feels, how that message resonates with you and what it's asking. Right, when I sing, so what I like to do for my creativity, one of the things that I love to do is sing. I sing karaoke, and I'll be singing along, and then all of a sudden I'll be like, woof, this beautiful idea just pops into my head, and I'm like, yes, I need to do that, and then I can go and write it down. So getting yourself into the flow of creativity, even if it's not you making that, right? Like I'm not making the music in the sense of like the song's already written, I'm just singing to it. Right? But being in that creative flow, like even if I was drawing or if I was writing or whatever. Oh, Julie, you should connect with me. I love to help, or I've helped people with PTSD very much. Yes, but you can fight cancer. You can fight cancer, and I can tell you all about that for sure. Aww. Aw, so much love to you. It's so hard when we watch our children struggle. Sing my way. So I'm going to put you on the list, Angel. It's going to come down like it looks like I wrote Be Angel, but that's because we've got Binka Angel, and I know we have other angels that'll get on the list. So I put you on the list. And Tamika, we can sing. What songs would we sing? Redbeard? What songs would we sing? Could sing a little. Well, we have our girls on here. We could start singing Country Roads for West Virginia. I think, when you're looking at that, sometimes it's nice to have somebody come along and say, this is what you need to do. And you're like, yes, that's what I need to do. And then you go do it and life is great. But what we tend to need to do is we want to hear somebody who says something that resonates exactly with what we want to do. Like in our minds, in our hearts, we know the truth of the situation. We're just hoping someone else will tell us that's exactly what you need to do, right? As opposed to just feeling secure in that we're making the right decision. Right. So we're hoping that someone else corroborates the information that we know so that we're like, yes, no country. We could get into singing some Cledons, some CCR. We could sing some CCR. We could sing, I don't know. I sing lots of songs. I sing from some heavy all the way to country, rock, pop, all kinds of music, all kinds. All righty. So is Jessie still there? So we're going to do the list. Okay. Creed. Yes. Hello there, Ashley. Oh. Hi, Jessie. Perfect. Oh, I like this card. It's cute. Nobody's going to break my stride. Nobody's going to hold me down. Oh, no. All right, so Jessie, wish upon a star. Yeah, I don't have a lot of country on my thing. I have Jolene. I have Sweet Home, or not. I got Country Roads, Jolene, just a few. You can definitely be on the list, Julie, for sure. Hello. Rhea. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning. So let's get to our card. 39 for Jessie. Okay. Wish upon a star. Intentions are based on your desires and aspirations. The act of consciously committing to a vision, sacrificing something of value, gambling on yourself, trusting that dreams can become reality, the importance of daydreams. Do you believe your dreams can be real, or do you shrug them off and chide yourself for being unrealistic? What if you could trust that the world around you holds promise you have not yet realized? Perhaps the point all along is not how something can happen, but the power of wishing and intending and allowing it to just show up in the form that it shows up, right? We humans have multiple ways to ritualize owning a dream we want to see manifest in physical form. Think of a wishing well. You infuse a coin with your intention, tuning into the feeling of having a particular experience. Tossing the coin into the well symbolizes the acts of letting the how go, walking away and allowing the universe to do its part in the co-creative partnership. Another method is to wish upon a star. In doing so, you look back to our origins, for we are all made of stardust. Today, allow yourself to dream and play with different realities. Even if it seems impossible, if it calls you and feels good, why not choose it? Wish upon a star, then live as if your wish were already true. Know that those beautiful dreams you have been nurturing are in the process of becoming real. Don't forget that the act of wishing, dreaming, and intending is more important than figuring out the how. It shows the universe you're serious about playing the game of life and you trust the essence of the partnership. Remember, every dream you believe in and hope is a call to a twinkling star. The answer will come, sometimes swiftly, sometimes slowly. No wish is ever wasted. It's beautiful. Oh yes, no, we're gonna do a bumpy. We'll do a bumpy for you, okay? we're just bumping. Everybody just has to deal. Amanda, we're gonna pull a card for Amanda. Let me know how that resonated for you, Jesse. I think it was beautiful. It's a beautiful reminder for all of us to wish and believe, right? And having that intention, right? Intention with our wishes. So we're gonna pop a card for Amanda because she has to run, and then afterwards is our lovely chipmunk. Okay, Amanda, number 44, Divine Matrix. And I don't know if you can how well it shows up on here because this screen always looks a little cloudier to me or a little not as clear. But you can see the face here of the person. Right? We can probably see it a little clearer here. You can see the nose and the chin, the face of the person coming out of that. Mm-hmm. So 44, Amanda. Divine Matrix. The realm of spirit, the knowledge that we are all divine beings, part of a tapestry, weaving our dreams into the fabric of reality, synchronicity, learning to trust the way things unfold. Do you ever wonder how synchronicities have come together? These meaningful coincidences move life forward in ways we may not understand at the time. We can get trapped in the idea that the world is a place of separate parts with space between, because the true quantum spiritual nature of reality can be confusing. You're coming up soon. Bees multitasking and working at the same time. I appreciate your dedication. Imagine that everything possible under the sun is waiting to be claimed. You are not separate from what you desire to manifest. Everything is intrinsically connected within the vast living web of life, a divine matrix. Even that which you have not yet observed as part of your life experience is still connected to you. It remains dormant until you choose it. Life operates on life's terms as well. You don't live in a vacuum, so you are surrounded by a multitude of realities that were brought to life by others. These can surely affect you if you allow them to, but as your thread, your luminous life force, your courageous dream is part of the tapestry of life, you're being invited to be conscious of the pattern you are weaving. Isn't it amazing to know you have such power inherent in you just by being alive? You will see evidence of the truth of this divine matrix today. It is in you. What you do matters. All manner of miracles are waiting for you to lay claim to them. Ready? It's a very good message. A very good message. I love it. You just have to ask, my love. You just have to ask and you get put on the list. And as long as you're here, when I get to your name, then you can have it called. So I'm writing you on the list. I'm hoping I haven't missed anyone. There's a very real possibility. Let me know how that feels for you, Amanda. I'm going to rub you off the later list. All righty. Perfect. Andrea, perfect. Okay, so after Amanda is Chipmunk, and then after Chipmunk is Loverboy, and then V. Okay, so your third down, V. Oh, that's a good one. So we have someone asking about trauma, on advice on how to escape fear, pain. Priya, you'll be just further down on the list. There's a lot of people that asked before you, so you're on the list, but further down. And we have a pretty big list right now. So it all depends if you have staying power, okay? And same, Tamika, your card is a while yet, okay? Okay. She just patience. Patience is the name of the game. All righty, Chipmunk. And the person that asked about trauma and fear and all of that stuff is just a matter of connecting with me, and I can have a really big conversation with you about healing trauma and about fear and escaping that. But the one piece of advice that I will give everybody that's watching when it comes to dealing with trauma and working on fear and pain. So if we think about pain probably being associated with some of your past memories and experiences that's causing pain in your present life, whereas fear is the future focus, fear of what's coming to you, because we believe that what is coming is going to represent what already came, like it's going to be the same, right? Our bodies think that past is going to be duplicated in the future, right? If you've been in a relationship with somebody that's cheated on you, you think in the next relationship the person's going to cheat on you. It's the way that we work, right? Because when we were back in, like in beginning of times, right, it made sense that if we, were in the woods and we heard rustling in the bushes, it made more sense for us to be afraid that it was a bear than to be pacified thinking that it was just some squirrels in the bush that weren't going to hurt us, right? It made more sense for us to predict that was a bear. And if we were chased by a bear, then of course we were going to think that another bear is going to chase us further on, and it made us protect ourselves and be safe. We wouldn't wander in spaces where we knew that predators were, because of our previous experience of being there around predators and somebody being hurt, or somebody being, someone being hurt. So when we're in those two poles, that's where we're causing ourselves the most distress within our life. The previous, in the past, that's where we conjure up depression by staying in the past. And then when we're in the future, we're in anxious state, right? We're in that worry and concern and overthinking and fear-based. So that's our depression and anxiety. And our body mimics those states as well when we're in fight or flight, and when we're in freeze and disassociate. So again, we're in those two different poles. So what is the one thing that you can do to bring some more stability, calmness, peace, and get out of that, is to become present in this moment, right? In the present moment, you're not dealing with the past and being stuck ruminating over those bad situations that happened and hurt you. And if you're in the present moment, you're not in the future worrying about what's going to happen again or what's going to happen coming at you. So the first thing that I would suggest, besides having safe spaces in your life, so if you work with me, the first thing that I do with you is I want you to have a safe space. So if you don't have soothing skills, the first thing I'll do is give you a couple of soothing skills, but I'll talk about creating a safe space in your home and in your body. After the safe space, it's going to be, the biggest thing is becoming obsessed with the present moment, because the present moment is the only moment that you can affect change. Everything else is just your imagination. You're just imagining, you're reimagining, or you're imagining something coming at you, but neither one of them exist. And this is gone. It's never, it's gone. It's done. This one is in the future. It hasn't happened yet. So if you're going to believe in something that hasn't happened yet, why don't you have faith and believe that the future is going to be the best outcome, as opposed to having fear and thinking it's going to be the worst outcome. That's the only difference between faith and fear, is that you're putting your faith in the positive, you're putting your fear in the negative. Okay, so that's what I would suggest. Okay, Chipmunk, your card, the land between. Okay, so we'll show that to that. Number 40, the land between. Okay. Yes, Rev. Danya. Tanya. I've got Danya on the list. All right, number 40 for Chipmunk. And I hope that helped answer your question about trauma and fear. But I would also jump on a free call with me. The clarity call is a free call. And it's a free 30-minute call where we can talk about all the different ways that I would help you, what I have to offer in my variety of programs and stuff like that. And you can also sign up for a Oracle or Tarot card reading. They're just booked under the Oracle card reading. They're all the same price. They're about 45 minutes to an hour long. And I do give therapy. It depends on which program that you're looking on doing with me, because I have various programs available. I have a year-long program. It's my trauma wellness program. And that's a very, this is basically you're radically changing your life over the next year and working with me 3 times a week, minimally, with individual programming when necessary for things that maybe can't be tackled in a group setting. So I have that program, which is huge. But I also have my Sacred Journey Oracle packages in group and individual. So the Sacred Journey Oracle packages, I consult the card. I do work with teenagers. So these cards, and for some reason I do work with men, like with a lot of boys, but I work with women a lot of women. But for some reason, when it comes to teenagers, probably because I'm a mom of sons, so because I have sons and I've worked with my sons in their stuff, I think I just connect with sons or children. But and yeah, so the the Sacred Journey Oracle packages, whether it's the individual or group, I would consult the cards bi-weekly. We get in a video session. I consult the cards and ask what you need to be concerned with for your healing journey. And I combine that with all of my trauma wellness knowledge to guide you. On the opposite week, I consult the cards and I send you a message with a picture of the card that's intuited, or sometimes I send a video depending on how we connect. If we're connecting through text message, I'm probably sending you pictures in text. But if we're connecting, say, through Facebook, I could do a video session and send you what your intuited message is. So you get 6 video sessions with me and 6 card pulls over 3 months in those 2 programs. One's just individual, you and me. The other one's, www.mindbodyspiриthealthyself.com. So we can potentially drop that link. I do this crazy thing because I have 2 monitors. So I'll go to put a thing on TikTok and I'll grab my mouse to drag it over, but I forget I actually have to type on it's not on the same device. It's not linked at all. It's not connected to my laptop, laptop, not a dual screen, but I keep trying to use the mouse on that screen. It doesn't work. But hopefully one of the mod squad can type that out for you. So www.mindbodyspirithealthyself.com. And they're all up there on the top. It also talks about the event that I'm having, which is a free 5-day event from the 23rd to the 27th of January. It's up there. You can register for it on the website. Or you can connect with me on Facebook. And if you connect with me on Facebook, it's Tanya Baldwin, and it'll say Mind, Body, Spirit, Healthy in brackets to show that it's for that company. So that'll be perfect. Awesome. You're welcome, Julie. Okay, back to, as much as I like to talk about my products and services that I have to offer, and if you're not talking about it, nobody else is talking about it, and I definitely need to talk about my stuff to sell it. But back to the show for Chipmunk, who's waiting patiently for me to read The Land Between. The Land Between, Chipmunk. Between worlds, learning to be okay while at the threshold of what was and what will be, a time of waiting and evolving, gray areas, something essential yet still in development, metamorphoses. You're in a process of change. You know that you were called to it and can no longer be who you were, but you aren't sure what the next experience of your life will be. You are in between what was and what could be in a pupal stage, like during the metamorphosis of a caterpillar into the butterfly. However, you can't just skip the messy parts. You have to endure the unknown and uncomfortable as you reinvent yourself. The thing is, you're not quite there yet. You have one foot in the past, even if you're ready to shed that version of yourself and become something new. You must start redefining who you are in the context of your question. What do you believe is possible when you get to the next place? Can you explore this stage of your evolution to get to know yourself better? The process in between worlds is where things get really interesting. You learn how to manage your fear, how to stay present in the now, which you were just talking about, Chipmunk, about being in the now. You learn how to manage your fear, how to stay present in the now, how to see in the dark. You absorb the lessons offered to you with grace because you can't go any faster. This is a real test of emotional fortitude, patience, trust, and humility. Once you have made this no man's land your home, it will be part of you. Then whatever was set in motion comes to life. This is what you've been waiting for. When you look back, you will grow to love the place in between, for that is where you were reborn. It's a beautiful message. I remember the in-between space. That was a message where I really got to know who I am and what I wanted. And that's when I shifted from traditional Western medicine and being a nurse and thinking about turning and being a healer and changing into that healing stage, right? So just enjoy this self-discovery, right? Journal, meditate, do the things that bring you joy, figure out what they are. If you're not sure what they are, then that's your opportunity to just learn new and try, right? And there's so many things that we can do out there that are fun. And then you'll find out all the things that light you up, and whatever lights you up, that's where your passion and your purpose is, right? There's some form of what lights you up ends up in your passion and purpose. I'm a very creative person, and I do a lot of creative stuff in doing what I'm doing here, for sure, by content creation, lots of different ways, Alrighty, so after Chipmunk is Loverboy. Aw, well, congratulations for you on that. Very, very much. Wishing upon a star. I just want to do this. I want to do this, and I think we can all do a genuine clap for Andrea. Sober for a year and a half. That's a big, big, big achievement, right? It's not easy. So love to you, friend. Love to you for that. It's amazing. Lover boy, you got the wishing on a star too. Wish upon a star. Yeah. And we get cheers on multiple platforms for that, for sure. Yeah, we got lots of claps coming in on this side too, so good. I'm glad you felt that. For sure. Be proud. Lover boy. Intentions based on your desires and aspirations, the act of consciously committing to a vision, sacrificing something of value, gambling on yourself, trusting that dreams can become reality, the importance of daydreams. So do you believe your dreams can be real, lover boy? Or do you shrug them off and chide yourself for being unrealistic? What if you could trust that the world around you holds promise that you have yet realized? Perhaps the point all along is not how something will happen, but the power of wishing and intending. Yes, huzzah, huzzah. You remind me of my friend in Gilead. Huzzah. We humans have multiple ways to ritualize owning a dream we want to see manifest in physical form. Think of a wishing well. You infuse a coin with your intention, tuning into the feeling of having a particular experience. Tossing the coin into the well symbolizes the act of letting the how go, walking away and allowing the universe to do its part in the co-created partnership. Another method is to wish upon a star. In doing so, you look back to our origins, for we are made of stardust. Dreaming so hardly. Today, allow yourself to dream and play with different realities. Even if it seems impossible, if it calls you and feels good, why not choose it? Wish upon a star, then live as if your wish were already true. Know that those beautiful dreams you have been nurturing are in the process of becoming true. Don't forget the act of wishing, dreaming, and intending is more important than the figuring out the how. It shows the universe you're serious about playing the game of life and you trust the essence of the partnership. Remember, every dream you believe in and hope for is a call to a twinkling star. The answer will come, sometimes swiftly, sometimes slowly. No wish is ever wasted. It's amazing. It's amazing. Beautiful, beautiful message. So the one thing that I wanted to point out, and this is what people don't give enough credit for when it comes to addictions. So not all addictions are the same. Now they may be based in the same thing, right? They may be based in the same in the same thing of, maybe there was a genetic component. So maybe we were around addicts growing up, or maybe we had trauma, and through that trauma it was what gave us the addiction, right? So the source of the addiction is irrelevant, right? Someone will find just being in a haze, that's a haze, a marijuana haze all day long, is okay. Other people use alcohol, other people cocaine or crack or meth or heroin or whatever. There's a variety of drugs. The one thing about alcohol is that it's a drug that is advertised, it's a drug that is socialized, it's a drug that is available, it's even one that people push you to do, right? Most times you don't go out to your friend's house and they have a plate of cocaine and they're like, no, have some. No, do it. Come on. What's wrong with you? Do it. Come on, do it. Right? But when you go to a friend's house, how often are they, have a drink? Come on, have a drink. What's wrong with you? Oh, don't be a stick in the mud. Have a drink. Right? So you have to acknowledge that for somebody to stop alcohol, the same reason why smoking is a hard drug to quit, because it's normalized in society a lot, right? So give yourself that extra bit of credit, that being able to walk away from an addiction that is thrown and shown in your face, and people, even the government the government standard for alcohol that they say is not an addiction level is 15 drinks a week for a man and 7 drinks a week for a woman, which is ridiculous. Any nurse would just balk at that, like, for what it does to your body to be drinking 15 alcoholic beverages in a week or 7 beverages in a week. Like, if you're drinking on a daily basis, you have a pattern. So but that's the government, because they make money off of it. So they make it okay for you to drink, right? So give yourself that extra credit, because that takes a lot more. It takes a lot more to step away from addictions that are very public, like publicly allowed. It's okay to be drinking. It's okay to have alcohol. It's okay to have weed. So that's a harder addiction. It's okay to have smokes. So that's a harder addiction to get away from than something that's super shunned, right? Like, nobody's running around with needles like on the regular going, hey, you want some heroin? Let's go. I got you heroin. Let's go, right? Like, nobody's pushing heroin on people, but they do push alcohol all the time, right? So give yourself that extra credit. Okay, after Lover Boys, B, are you there? I hope you're okay from work for a hot sec. Oh, we missed 10:10. That's okay. We'll have to keep our eyes out for 11:11. So yes, definitely lots of cheers for you. Is your every dream coming true? Believe it and it will. Okay? Believe it and it will. Just don't hold the form of how it has to show up, right? Be open to it showing up however it shows up, and your dreams will come true. Okay, B, are you there? Okay, B, I'm going to keep you on the... Oh, you perfect. B. I was like, I'm going to keep you on the list no matter what, B. Okay. The Uncharted Sea. Uncharted Sea. I love this. This one's my card that I like to start on the end and just... Because I'm a child. Uncharted Sea. Alrighty, let's see what it is. Oh. Love to you. So, key concepts: the uncharted sea, stepping into the unknown without a map, moving beyond your comfort zone, choosing to do things differently, trusting in the ebb and flow of life, being in the dark and letting curiosity lead, the faith that all is well. Your comfort zone is sometimes exactly that, a safe, familiar harbor you finally come to in yourself. You have a sense that you don't need more than what is available right where you've landed in life. Now, however, it's not one of them times. I like how they set you up with this card. They're like, you know, when you're feeling like in that perfect spot in your life, now's not it. And it's like, thanks. Yes, I'll play. Someone's gonna send me a model ship, like a ship, so and I'll play with it in the pool, in the tub. I guess the tub. I don't really have a pool in the tub. All right, like the archetypical hero's journey, the universe is inviting you to step into uncharted waters. Something is stirring. Adventure is calling. You may want to resist this urge because it will involve leaving your comfort zone, but embarking on this journey is essential for your well-being. Navigating the uncharted aspects of yourself means you won't have a map because no one else has ever been there. On this journey, you cannot rely on the help you would typically expect from others who have gone before you. This new territory is yours to explore. You're being invited to be a pioneer, a path maker, a magical cartographer who draws your map with your own life force as the ink. This is the day to dive into a novel experience and fully immerse yourself in the new. You don't know what this sea of possibility has in store for you, so stay curious and refrain from judgment or the need to label. Give yourself the time and freedom to be curious without the limitations and boundaries projected by your memories or expectations. You are in an amazing place right now, and you will never be the same for surveying these waters. Where are you living, B? Whoop! I was like trying to hold it on the edge, so if you wanted to take a picture of it, you could. Oh, there. We can also make it move again if you'd like. We can make it move through the screen again. Where do you live, B? I'm curious because I remember like we had some internationals that were like in Europe and the UK, and then we had some that were Poland. Nice. Very nice. So is there a trip in your future? Is the trip about moving? Yeah, if when it's your turn, I can definitely I can put the card up for you to take a picture of it. Oh, I'm itchy now. My hair touched my face too long. Well, are you coming to Canada? Is that what your journey across the sea? Like, are you making a journey across the sea? We're just gonna keep doing it. Ah, there you go. Maybe that's what it is. It's telling you. That would be very much uncharted territory for you. And that would definitely be taking a step without a map for sure, right? And hi, Sweden. Or I'm not sure how to say that, but we're going to call it Sweden. You can for sure. You can for sure. beautiful. Africa, nice, nice. Okay, well, Dominique, meet Anna. All right. This year, nice. You'll have to let me know when you're coming and where you plan on going to. Where do you have an idea? It is a little bit of a list, Yoda, because I've been talking a lot, to be fair. Winnie, are you still there, love? Let me know if you're there, Winnie, because you're next. No, I live in Canada. Yeah, let me know where you're headed. Like if you decide you're coming, maybe you're headed to look at all the ones on that. We got to keep our eye open for 111. Let me know where you're headed because some people will head to like the Pacific, like to Vancouver. They'll come in that way. Some people come in and they go to hi you. I can definitely add you to the list. No forgetting Priya. So Priya, I'm gonna thank you, Anna. So I'm gonna pull this card for Winnie. Priya, nobody gets forgot. It's just the list is long and I talk a lot, so it takes a while sometimes. Lots of rooms in the prairies. Yeah, some people immediately come into Toronto, right? Like that's such a hub. So if B was to come into Toronto, that's easy for me to go see B. But if B goes into BC, no, you should come to Ontario. BC's too. I mean, I'd have to fly to visit you. Ontario, come to Toronto. Then I can see you, B. He's gonna go to where Mama Chell is. Okay. So Winnie, this is your card, number 23, Healing the Heart. Beautiful. Beautiful. Who knows where you'll end up? Number 23, Winnie. Healing the heart. Healing, making amends, the willingness to release past pain, being responsible and accountable, taking time to get healthy, renewal and rebirth after suffering. This card is a calling card for people to connect with me, for sure. And I will help you. I do this all the time. But Winnie, let's read the rest of the message. When you are wounded emotionally, you need time to regroup and find your center. You may have recently endured a breakup or betrayal, lost someone close to you, or lost an affiliation that you gave too much power to. Perhaps you're watching someone go through a difficult time and feel bad that you can't help them. Maybe you're still not over a past disagreement. No matter the cause of this heartache, deep healing is called for. This happens on its own timetable and can never be rushed. The path to healing the heart centers on reciprocity, the flow of giving and receiving. I love that, all Vickies. Good morning. No, I live in Canada. I live in Ontario, Canada. The path to healing the heart centers on reciprocity, the flow of giving and receiving. Sometimes wounding occurs because we've become too dependent on another, and this is accompanied by the desire to manipulate or control an outcome. Both wounding and healing usually begin within, not from the outer conditions of our life. When we often believe we can be wounded only by others, but we do more damage to ourselves in the self-sabotaging way we think and behave, say mean things to us and do stuff like that. Welcome from the Philippines. It is important to take steps to heal yourself and become willing to release the pain of the past, which can be tempting to revisit. It's time to take responsibility for your part in this healing journey. Look for ways you can help yourself and others. Are you willing to make amends if needed? Or conversely, accept someone where they are without trying to influence their growth process? Healing the heart in all aspects is your priority now. Nothing else matters. Only beauty and goodness will come as a result. And there's a beautiful message for you, Winnie. Nice. We got some South Africa. We got some Africas. Very nice. I'm going to scroll back up. I just want to see if I missed any. New cycle. Good morning. Good morning, Marilyn. Yeah, come to Pearson and visit your siblings, and then I'll say, hey, you're welcome, Minnie. Okay, I caught up. Perfect. Belgium, nice. I love it. I can get to you at some point, Anna, for sure, friend. But we're gonna keep going on the list. So after Winnie is Blanco. Blanco, are you still there, love? Blanco is there. It's Blanco's card. Apparently, I really wanted to make sure I got Blanco. I wrote him down twice. All right, and then we've got Amanda Avila after that. So Blanco, and then Amanda Avila, and then Mama Chel. Okay, so we're just waiting to see that Amanda and that Blanco are still there. I love you too, Jenny. And I'll be posting the pictures and the message for the Sacred Journey Oracle group today in the group, okay? So hang tight for that a little bit later today. I've already pulled some cards for it, so I know some of the message that's coming to you and some of the stuff that I'll share. But all right, Amanda, I'll go with you. And if Blanco speaks up at that point, then sounds good. Love to you, Jenny. Wow, this is the third time. The third time today for the Wish Upon a Star. Just beautiful. All right. Did you want to capture a picture of that card, Amanda? Yeah, we need to believe in our dreams. And if we're not sure what our dream is, we need to focus on what we want to dream and then act as if it's already there, right? So we want to make sure that we're acting as if our dream's already in real and stop worrying about the how, right? How is it going to get to us? It doesn't matter. How is it going to look when it shows up? Doesn't matter. Just believe that it is. Believe that it's coming, that it's coming to you, and that when it gets to you, it's going to be what you need. Might not be exactly how you thought it would come, right? If I love using this example. If I'm sitting there going, my next partner has to be Henry Cavill. Nobody but Henry Cavill. It just has to be Henry Cavill. Well, that's not my person, and that's not aligned with me. Then I'm just blocking myself from what can come to me, right? Instead of just allowing it to come. Right? Allow it to come in the form that it's supposed to come. I can put you on the list, Shabam. "13th angels in the sky." What the meaning? 13 angels in the sky. That's a very, very, very fortuitous meaning. I would like 13. There's 13 moon cycles. Like 13 is a very, very powerful, very wonderful number. And 13 angels, 13th angels in the, that's, I feel like that's a very profound message. All right, Mama Chow. You can ask the question, Shabam. I can put you on the list, like I said. Broken open, number 28. Okay, so let's read this one. We got a new one. Broken open. The gift of grief, being shattered as a result of loss, the potential inherent in failure. There are situations in life when you see the value of loss, grief, and a broken heart. Yet it's not the pain or loss itself that must be the focus of your attention here. No, not even the story of what happened. The details surrounding what has brought you to your knees is as important as what results from the experience. Nice. So, so for me, I don't spend all of my time talking about, that I have had all of these traumatic experiences, right? I usually just say it in a general overriding sense of I have suffered through every type of trauma you can imagine throughout my entire childhood, and even, in my adult life, there was definitely trauma that was going on then as well. So I went through all of this trauma. I burnout, broke down. So I had health issues, diagnosis. I was, not able to work. I was over like tons of medications, dealing with, a diagnosis of MS, anxiety, depression, panic disorder, complex PTSD, and then functional neurological disorder. I went through all of those, and then I healed myself. And this is the other side of that. So I hold, this is me. This is my truth, right? Versus that old story. That old story, that was, I don't own that. And I don't want to own that story. Sometimes we have to let go of the old story so that we can hold on to, yeah, exactly. So focusing on what needs to happen, or the lessons that we've experienced, right? When James ghosted me, I didn't look at it from the sense of the victim mindset of, why did this happen to me? Oh my God. Like, I didn't get to that, even though I felt very hurt by it. The way that what I ended up doing was looking at it. What was the lesson here? Right? So the lesson here, or what did I gain from the experience? Well, one of the things that happened was that I became closer with my mom. So there's a benefit to it from that. Yeah. And a lot of the autoimmune diseases, they have tied to having chronic stress levels. So either from childhood traumas and living in a constant state of fight or flight or freeze or disassociate, right? That our immune system's not functioning correctly, and there's an increased inflammation in our body. So our immune system's decreased, our inflammation is increased, and that's why we end up with things like autoimmune disorders. So a ton of them. But then most everything, I mean, if we were healthy, we wouldn't have any diseases, including cancer, right? Cancer occurs from that as well, the being in those constant states. Yeah, you should connect with me, Crystal. You should connect with me. Andrea, it's still coming up a little bit, okay? But we'll move a little bit faster. I'm going to erase my list here. We're already about halfway through the list, if that helps. The only one that missed their card so far is Blanco, but then Blanco, as soon as they speak, I'll make sure that they get on the list again. So Chandni, can you let me know that you're still there, love? If you're there, Chandni. Hi. Oh, I just think that's just so tacky, friends. So tacky. We're going to delete the comment. Right? I love that when people come on and say, hey, you want a reading? I'll give it to you, right in the comments of somebody while they're doing it, right? Like, thanks. I put you on the list, Heather, and Yoda's on the list too. Hopefully can still be there when I get to you. All right. Chandni, looking for you. And I'm going to block this user because that is just really disrespectful, and delete the comment. You're welcome. Like, I don't know why you would do that. Come on someone's public feed and ask, connect with me and I'll give you a reading to people. Like, how rude. How rude. Just like the Olsen twins. How rude. Or I guess it would have been Kimmy, wouldn't it have been? The actress Kimmy that would have done the how rude. All right. So a call out for Chandni, and then S Flack. I see you there, my friend. So you're right on time. And then after S Flack is Kita. Okay, but I'm just waiting for Chandni to let me know she's still there. And Blanco, again, I'll put a call out for you. So Blanco and Chandni on the Facebook feeds, or YouTube or LinkedIn, but those feeds. Aw, thanks. A few, Francis. We have probably like almost 20, like 18 people on the list, but that depends on how many are here. So that's another thing too, because people leave, right? We've only got 24 on this feed here, and we've got a few on the feeds over here. but so far nobody's responding on this feed that they're still there waiting for their card. So until I hear from Blanco or from Chandni, I'm not going to pull your card. I'm going to move on down the list. So S Flack, if you're there, can you pop up? And remember, we don't just do clarity cards. You can also ask me a question for guidance from my trauma knowledge, or you could ask me for a healing to be done, or you could ask for a pendulum. So if you have a yes/no question, I can use these beautiful pendulums because my Virginia West ladies. So right now we're using the chakra one. Perfect, S Flack. Your card's here. So you can ask for a card for clarity. You can ask for guidance, which would be my knowledge bank. And then you just ask me what you want guidance surrounding. You can ask for a yes, no with the pendulum, or you can ask for a healing session. Okay. So for S Flack, I believe they wanted a card. So we're going to give a card. Tough decisions. Hey, looking for which job? You're welcome. Anytime. I'm 9 a.m. Monday to Friday. I'm 9 a.m. And then I pop up every now and then. Okay, so what did you want guidance on, S Flat? All right, we're going to take that off for a hot second. Do a little life. Well, what in particular, dear? So when I say guidance, what I mean by that is, let's say that you deal with anxiety, and you're like, can you how would I deal with anxiety? And then I'll access my stuff, and I'd be like, okay, so these are some of the tips that I would give you to navigate through anxiety, and for yeah. So I can pull a card for you and see what if the card gives you some direction. Oh, yes. Heidi, you're on there just a little bit further down yet, dear. But like I said, as we go, the list gets shorter because some people don't stick around for the entire list. So that helps a little bit. What's your name, dear? So I know who to put on the list for your healing, for your anxiety, okay? And I'll give you some tips and techniques on that as well. Okay. All right. So I'm going to contact the cards to get to check for some clarity. Okay. For that question that you had, S Flack. And then we'll see what I don't intuit on top of it. Winnie, for sure. I'll do it in a little bit. Okay. But I'll give you some tips on how to navigate through that. Okay. Merry motive. I love this card. Merry motive. Okay. So number 20, a merry motive. Knowing your own motives, understanding what drives you to meet your goals, the momentum your attention creates, the wisdom behind your intentions. You've chosen a path, you've set an intention, and you've begun to move towards a goal. Now, if this is telling you that you've done this and you haven't yet, then do that and then proceed with the rest of this card. Okay, S Flack? If you haven't chosen a path, then think what you want your life to look like, right? Not yet, Nikita, not yet. But good to ask if ever you get bumped out, to ask and say, hey, did I miss my card? For sure. So if you haven't yet, S Flack, if you haven't chosen a path or set an intention, or and you have an idea of the goal that you're going towards, then that's what your stage that you're at right now, and that's what you need to be focusing on is what do I need, or where do I see my life? What lights me up? How do I see myself showing up, in the world, and the direction to head in. Okay. You feel compelled to keep going, but you do not know the why behind this drive. Do you truly want what you're pursuing, or are you chasing a destination with the anticipation of how it makes others feel about you or how you feel about yourself? So some of us, nope, Jess, you haven't. You're coming up. You're not far. You're actually really close now. With the like let's say you want to be rich, but the reason why you want to be rich is because your family is telling you that you have to have tons of money and status. So like the person that I got to be a doctor, an engineer, or a lawyer because that's what my parents have told me that I have to be. Meanwhile, if they really looked at their soul or their heart, they'd want to be something completely different, right? So make sure that the goal that you have is aligned with your true self. Right. So how do you want to show up in the world? How do you want your life to look? What is your day, a perfect day for you? What does that look like? Right. What does that look like for you? So I'm gonna pause for a second while you consider those concepts, and I'm gonna just help Winnie for a second. So Winnie, when we're looking at anxiety, there's a couple of different things that we can do for anxiety. Yeah, maybe. Do you do these things, Shabam, and you know that from experience that that's a good way to do it, and that's helpful. Because if so, then that's awesome. The way that I do is I write them down. I just don't tell you what number you are in the list. I just write your name down, and you just have to be present when your name gets called. But anyway, Winnie. So if you put your hands here on your chest, right, and you can tap, you can push and move it around. Right? You can tap into this space. Okay. This is a Qigong. Okay, this is from Qigong. Right? So we can tap in this space. We can push, move it around in circles, apply pressure, and just hold it. Breathe into it and out of it. In and out. So that pressure, move those fingers around in a circle and tapping. Okay, that tapping in the middle of your chest space, okay? And slow down, just slow down your breathing. Nice and slow. Love you, B. Have a great day. Okay. Other things that you can do, the reason why I took my glasses off was for this next part. Okay. Another thing that you can do to help you with anxiety, besides this sternum central in your chest space, pressure that you're going to apply in here, right? So I'm in the center of my chest, right? And apply that pressure, right? The tapping with the fingers on the sternum and deep breathing, right? Another thing that you can do is this in your figure 8. Okay, the figure 8 can be really helpful it brings your parasympathetic nervous system on board. So when you're anxious, you're in fight or flight, right? So you have that elevated heart rate, elevated respirations, and your system's not functioning the way that it should, because your blood is going to your heart and lungs to pump the oxygen around, but it's not necessarily going out to your peripherals as well. So you want to deepen and lengthen your breath, right? So that's a big part of it too. So this is great for bringing your parasympathetic nervous system on board. This is great as a Qigong method for energy of creating that relaxation, stress relief, right? It can help with anxiety and depression and just bringing that calm and centered to your body. Okay. All right. Merriment. A merry motive. Did we finish reading a merry motive? Oh yes, with trusting, just trusting, right? Trusting that you're headed in the right direction. Trusting that, because that's the biggest part of manifesting and believing and starting your journey. Okay, first you have to know where you want to go, and part of that is also knowing what you want your life to look like and how you want to show up in it. So understanding yourself, not worrying about what other people want or other people say that you need to do, right? It's about what you want in your life, what lights you up, what makes you happy. Once you have that, if you've got that goal or that idea of the end point in mind, then you're just every day you're taking a step towards that. So I want my company to be successful. So every day I do a little bit of work with my company. Even on the day that I was off on Monday for the spa, I still made sure that I checked in a little bit on things with the company. I did a little video in the morning to say, I'm going to be away today. I checked messages, right? I still did some things. So it's just moving towards a step towards your goals every single day in that format, but just having faith that it's going to happen. Not how, but just that it's going to, in the end, it's going to all work out exactly as you want it to, or maybe not exactly, but it's going to work out the way that you want it to. It just might show up in a different form, right? My divine partner is more than likely not going to be Henry Cavill showing up at my door, but it might be somebody that, it'll be my divine partner, and that's the important thing. So as long as I let go of the fact that it has to look like Henry Cavill, it's free to walk through the door in whatever form it's supposed to be in. That's that letting go of the form, right? If you're sitting there in your mind and you're like, it has to be a 3-story house on the lake, it has to be on this specific lake, it has to be this specific house, it has to look this specific way. Meanwhile, the universe is like, the house is 3 doors down and it's only a 2-story, but this is your space. And you're like, but it has to be this one. And they're like, but it's this one. And then you're blocking yourself, right? You just create that block in yourself. Oh, I did drop a card. Dropping them. All right. Kita, my love. And then after Kita is Jess. After Jess is, and we have Katrina. So we have Kita, Jess, Katrina, and then Kodak. So if you're there, that's the card order, okay? Yeah, if I gave my unfortunately, my moderators are on TikTok, so they'd be able to give assign numbers to people on TikTok possibly, but assigning numbers across the board would be a little bit more challenging. Right. Nope, you're coming up, Tamika. You're coming up. We're just waiting right now for Kita. And if Kita's not there, I'll keep her name on the list until I'll check again. So there's Kita, Jess, Katrina, Kodak. So if any of those are there, let me know. Because I'll pull Jess's card right now while I'm waiting for other people to step forward and say that they're there, because I know that Jess is. So we're going to pull Jess first, and then we'll see who else is here and move on down the list. Ha, Jess. We just had this card. So we've had a merry motive a couple of times. And we've had wish upon a star 3 times. So a merry motive, Jess. You've chosen a path, you've set an intention, and you've begun to move towards the goal. You feel compelled to keep going, but you know the why behind this drive. Do you truly want what you're pursuing, or are you chasing a destination with the anticipation of how it will make others feel about you or how you'll feel about yourself? You're still on the list, Shabam. Nobody gets taken off the list unless they're not here when I ask their name. And then if they come back and they're like, did I miss my name? And I'm like, yeah, I took it off the list because you weren't here. Then I often allow them right away to get their card read. So yeah. So thank you for the likes. And, for this part of it, it's the gift exchange of, if you don't have gifts to give, then you give likes. But if you have gifts to give, then you can give gifts for that energy exchange, right? Because, honestly, there should be an exchange of energy, right? So Jess, you must choose to be in the flow of the experience, relishing the moment. Surrender your expectations to a higher power rather than being guided by your limited self. The most important aspect to consider now is where you place your focus, because that's where your energy will flow. So focus your attention on the goal that you want to achieve. Focus your attention on the feeling of having that already. And that's how you will manifest your dreams into reality. Right? And it's taking that inspired action towards those dreams and those goals. Right? I don't just sit here and wish for my divine partner to come to me, staying inside my house always, because unless I need a repairman to show up to fix something, nobody's coming to my door. Right? And that, so we do need to actually do something. There has to be some action in the third dimension to bring things in from our higher spirit, right? We have to do action. So the outer world will show, if you are resentful, the outer world will show you more opportunities to be resentful. This is a huge message for all of us. What you focus on grows. So if you're focused on fear, fear grows. If you focus on lack, lack grows. If you focus on the past, all the stuff that's in the past grows in your future. So those feelings that you went through, if you went through, trauma and struggle and pain and all of that, if you're focusing on that, that's what you're going to experience more of in the future, because that's what you're making your reality now. If we're focused on the fear of the future coming at us and, like what's going to happen with my job, what's going to happen with my relationship, expecting all of these bad things, those bad things are going to show up because we're expecting it. Right? So expect the good. Expect the good. All right? So that's your message, Jess, my love. Expect the good. Know what you're going after. Make sure that it's in alignment with you and not with other people. And just have faith in that showing up for you in whatever form it shows up in. Hi, Blanco. You can get a card right now, dear. Because I did call your name, but I also said that when people, drop out and come back, that I will pull their card if they pop back in. I mean, this can't be a standard thing because that's the whole point, is waiting. But sometimes we lose connection. So you're welcome. All righty. Blanco. Roots of abundance. Roots of abundance. Number 2. Beautiful card. Blanco fell asleep because my voice is very soothing, and it's not the first time I've made people fall asleep. Being stabilized by roots, anchoring yourself and feeling secure in your life, trust and belief in abundance. This card signals you to pay attention to how you are anchored in the story of your life. Trust that you will be taken care of. The world is full of limitless potential and will nourish you according to your beliefs, regardless of temporary outer conditions. You are not a victim of life. None of us are. None of us are. Life happens for you, not to you, even if you sometimes slip into that way of thinking, right? And sometimes when we talk about that, right, like sometimes we are victims, right? In the moment when we get attacked by a mugger, we are a victim in that very moment. Somebody has victimized us. My glasses got bent, so they're a little off today. I don't know how I bent them, but anyway. So we become a victim in that moment, but we can't stay in that victim mind, because then we run around and we're like, life just happens to us, and we give up our control. We give up our free will, right? Which we have. So we need to reclaim our power, right? And the longer that we stay in that victim mindset, the longer that we give up our power to everybody else, including just chance to show up however it shows up, right? But we're typically focusing on the negative, which means we're just going to see more negative in our life. We're going to see more opportunities for us to be victimized while we stay in that victim mindset, right? So you have to, life happens for you. Take the experience as it is, take the lesson as it is. No one said that when you came to Earth to have your experience for life, that experience was supposed to be bliss from beginning to end. The whole point of life is to experience emotions, and those emotions are going to be up and down, and you're going to experience you want to experience all of them. But it's an experience. Sometimes it's a lesson. Sometimes it's a painful one, for sure. But grow out of it and feel it. Feel the emotions, acknowledge the emotions, deal with the emotions and the experience that you've had, and then heal out of it. Okay, navigate through that. Okay, if you are grounded and internally steadfast, nothing can uproot you, and you have the ability to manifest your intentions with ease. The message here is simple. Your life is safe and secure, and your intentions are coming to fruition. All your hopes and dreams are firmly grounded and taking root so that you can reach for the stars in your life and expand your dreams further than you can imagine. Everything in the material world is a reflection of your interior world. You are unstoppable and unshakable because you believe that you are abundant. We all are abundant. Know that you can easily move from merely surviving to thriving when you pay attention to staying grounded. If you find yourself in ungrounded thinking, now is the time for radical trust. Growth never follows a straight line. You will manifest what you need when you need it. A tall, healthy tree doesn't need to hold on to the ground for dear life. It knows it will not fly away with the wind because its roots are deeply planted in the earth. So a big part for that. Thank you. Thank you so much for that, for the roses, Hazel. And Melinda, thank you for the gifts as well. All right. I hope that was a good message for you. Look, I've got sevens. I had sevens everywhere. It was 27.7 and then it was 7.7 on this screen as well. Aw, that's so cute, Nikita. That's so cute. Lulling people. I'll write bedtime stories and sing and speak you to sleep in a calm, lulling. Aw. Thank you, Dee Dee. Love to you, friend. All right, so Kodak, Lulu, Vicky, Maddie, CMK, Kira. We'll see if any of them are there, okay? Hi, V. V's on that side. I love it. I love it. Yeah. B's on the other side now. B flipped over. You're being super productive. Super productive. So Katrina, I'm gonna say these names again, and I'm just gonna keep going down the list until people stand up and say, hi, I'm still here. Okay, so we have Chandni, you didn't show up for yours. We have Kita. You're welcome. Woo, nice. Very nice. Very well done. You have been very, very productive. All right, Katrina, Kodak, Lulu, Vicky, Maddie, CMK, Kira, Crystal, B Angel, Heidi, Tomika. So we can do Heidi because until Vicky's there. Okay, Vicky first. Vicky first. Would you like a card, Vicky? I'm assuming. Hi, Crystal. Perfect. So we got Vicky, and then we'll do Crystal and B Angel. All right, we're good. We're good. And then Heidi and Tamika. Awesome. Awesome. I'm happy about that list. We got there. All righty. Vicky, this is your card, love. Healing heart. So we're back to the healing heart. Now we've got 2 healing hearts. Oh, and we're almost at 11, guys. Healing heart, number 23. So this is all about a big healing journey for you, Vicky, right? When you are wounded emotionally, you need time to regroup and find your center. You may have recently endured a breakup or betrayal, lost someone close to you, or lost an affiliation that you gave too much power to. Perhaps you're watching someone go through a difficult time and feel bad that you can't help them. Maybe you're still not over a past disagreement. No matter the cause of this heartache, deep healing is called for. This happens on its own timetable and can never be rushed. The path to healing the heart centers on reciprocity, the flow of giving and receiving. Sometimes wounding occurs because we've become too dependent on one another, and this is accompanied by the desire to manipulate or control an outcome. Both wounding and healing usually begin within, not from the outer conditions of our lives. We often believe we can be wounded only by others, but we do more damage to ourselves in the self-sabotaging way we think and behave. It is important to take steps to heal yourself and become willing to release the pain of the past, which can be tempting to revisit. It's time to take responsibility for your part in this healing journey. I lost my space. In this healing journey. Look for ways you can help yourself and others. Are you willing to make amends if needed, or conversely, accept someone where they are without trying to influence their growth process? Healing the heart in all aspects is your priority now. Nothing else matters. Only beauty and goodness will come as a result. So beautiful card, Vicky, and one that we all do need to really look at, right? Sometimes we try to control people because of our insecurities or our fear, right? We get stuck in that fear-based, or we want to help other people, but unfortunately we just have to accept where they are at, right? We can't force people to heal, and we can't force them to heal on our timetable. They have to heal on their timetable. And sometimes it sucks. Like if it's our partner or our children or our family and we're watching them suffer and struggle and we just want to guide them to healing, but they're not ready and we can't force them. Unfortunately, they have to do it at their own time. So we just have to accept where they're at. And if we're not able to accept them where they're at, then maybe we need to leave. Maybe we need to move on our own way, right? So very much. Lots of hugs. All right, Vicky, and then Crystal. So Crystal, would you like a card? Would you like to ask me some questions to get some guidance on something? Or did you want healing? And if it's a yes, no question, we can always invoke the beautiful pendulum. It's time to break the cycles. You're welcome. And if you need help with that, you know where I am. You know how to get in touch with me. Just connect with my link for sure. And that'll get you a free call. All right. We can talk how that would show, or how that would look if I was to help you. And Crystal, if you'd like a card, my dear, I'll pull one for you here. Okay. So just let me know what you want, Crystal. So the card that I pulled for you, Crystal, is Willing Release. Okay? Willing Release. In a way, the card always comes with my guidance anyway. It gets a little bit of guidance in there always. 49. Willing Release. Okay? Yielding to a divine plan. Releasing attachment to form, especially if something isn't what you expected or wanted, and leaving room for serendipity. Some days you have to let go of your struggle to find an answer and focus on other things for a while. This doesn't mean giving up altogether or losing anything. Remember that in our co-creative partnership with the divine, give and take is necessary. You do your part by setting your intentions and taking any necessary actions, but you must then surrender the form, the timing, and the how to your higher power. There is a divine plan for each of us. When acting on this faith, you may find that your intense desire for something translates into a feeling of attachment and entitlement. Right now, can you immerse yourself in this experience and allow the divine plan to unfold as it will on your behalf without interference? Can you be open to receiving what is yours, even if it's not packaged in the form you thought you wanted? Perhaps if you look deeper, you will see that you've received the perfect vibrational match to your most authentic wants and needs. You have put in the work, defined your desires, and felt them deeply and engaged your higher power. Now you must let go and see what transpires. This isn't always easy. Impatience erodes the foundations of your trust in the divine. Surrendering truly will serve your highest good. Knowing this truth in your heart, can that really be so difficult? So if you have faith and believe that the outcome is like that, what you desire is coming to you, can you let go of the attachments and the anxiety and that's all around it having to show up in a certain way, having to show up now, having to be a specific thing, right? Letting go of that, just release and let go and allow it to just come to you, right? And then it will come to you. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. You're so much. You're so much. It is definitely tough, right? Because when I went in on my company, right, I left a very well-paying job, and I had to have faith that what I was doing was going to generate income for me. That was a terrifying moment to say, I'm just going to jump in and do it. I'm going to just step off the ledge. I'm going to believe in myself, and I'm going to believe that God is going to provide, that it's going to come in divine timing, that everything's going to happen according to the plan, that as long as I keep taking steps towards my dreams, that the gods are going to take 10 steps towards me. It's a famous saying. If I take one step towards the gods take 10 steps towards me, it's just a statement that I really, really love. Right. And it's like jumping off a mountain. And the problem is when we grow up in a fear-based or toxic environment, toxicity feels normal because it's what you're used to. Right. So if you're in an environment where anger is yelling and screaming and name calling, that's normal to you. So if you're in an environment and someone gets angry and they're quiet, that's going to be more disturbing to you than someone yelling, because even though yelling is traumatic to you and it jacks your nervous system, you know this, so you feel more comfortable being able to predict that situation because you've familiarized yourself with it. On the other hand, that quiet is unpredictable, it's unknown, it's unsafe. It represents a big question mark in your mind. And our bodies had to say whatever was a big question mark was a potential fear to keep us safe. And I'll go back to when we were, long time ago, if we were going through the bush, looking for fruits and vegetables, whatever, we're in the bush and we're looking to get something to harvest for food, and we hear rustling in the bushes. It was way better for our nervous system to say, oh my God, there's a predator, and for us to gear up to run away, than it was for us to say, I bet you there's some kids playing over there, and stay relaxed and not in that state of let's get going. Right. So that's where it comes from, is it made more sense when we were vulnerable, in our history, to predict that something unknown was fearful. But now it causes us a lot of problems. We're at 11:08. Remember, we'll try to catch 11:11 to do our burn. I'm going to make sure that I have a leaf ready for it. And I do have to be off by 11:25 because I have a call at 11:30. So I do have to be off by 11:25 so that I can go to the bathroom. I'm just getting a leaf ready. This is a big leaf. So we'll have some room to write some stuff on it. And then I'll put the rest of these back so we don't have a big old mess on the desk. Yeah. So definitely could use some soothing techniques, but connect with me, Crystal, and I can definitely give you some guidance and help you. Okay. I can give you some guidance. There's a clarity call that's part of my link up there. Just pick the clarity call. It's completely free. Okay. All right. I have that ready. So after Crystal was Be Angel. And then after Be Angel was Heidi, Tamika, Andrea, Priya, Nikita. So we have a few in there. You're welcome. Okay. All righty. Let's see who's left, hey? We got Diana on there. Did I skip by Diana when I did that? No, I have Diana on there still. Okay. All right. Alrighty, so Be Angel, did you want a card, or did you want healing, or did you want yes, no? Did you have a yes, no? Ooh. Oh, and Shabam, if you're still there, let me know. Hey, Heather. And Heather, you're on the list too. You're just a little teeny tiny further down, but we're just waiting for. All right, so Be Angel. Hi. So I was just thinking about what you were saying with them giving you, like having people with numbers. The way that they're doing it is they're doing it purely by gifts. You have to give gifts in order to get a card or to get healing or to get whatever. So on, and we're at 11:10, so we'll do that. Start listing out the things that you want to manifest in, and I'll write them on the leaf. Okay. So yeah, so that's why why they can say, number 1, number 2, number 10, number 12, because they look at the gift list and then they assign the number based on the gifts. So because I'm just being generous, 11, 11, 11, 11, abundance and balance. So yeah, that's why they have that opportunity. Okay, I'm going to just hard call out for money because I know lots of people could use it. And we need health, love, joy, forgiveness. Oh, that's beautiful. Openness. I love that, Sarah. Love, confidence. Whoosh. Got lost. Love, confidence. Got to flip it over. Got to write on the back now. Adventures. Intuition is always good. Success. Prosperity. Okay. Peace, worthiness. Whoa, that is a very good one. And peace. Okay, let's burn this baby. We got lots on there. I got joy on there as well. We've got it all. We've got it all. Let's see how well this baby burns. Burn, baby, burn. Burn, baby, burn. I need my lighter so that things can... Well, we're going to use the big lighter then. I don't know where the little lighter went. Woo! Probably lit a candle somewhere and left it where the candle is. Be a valid spot. All right. And so let's light this up. Let's call all of this into us, okay? Wow. That was a really good burn. And so it is. And so it is. So be it. Blessed be everybody. Blessed be. Very, very nice burn. Very happy with that burn. Oh, found my lighter. Found the lighter. After I stopped looking, of course. All righty. So back to the list. Back to the list. So be it. For sure. Whoo, I just got a chill. So be it. Yes, so be it. Okay. So Be Angel, Heidi, Tamika, Andrea, Treya, Nikita, Yoda, Heather, Diana, Melinda, and Salasia. We got 15 minutes, so I don't think everybody's here anyway because we're down to 12 now. So I need whoever's here that's remaining that is waiting for a card to just let me know, okay? Perfect. Perfect. Sorry, it scrolls so fast sometimes, Bink Angel, that it's hard for me to see a Bink Angel. And Shabam, yes. Okay. Alrighty. And Melinda and Hazel are like, yesterday you were supposed to send us after. All right. And I forgot to email and send you your cards. I pulled your card, Melinda, though. And then I just forgot to finish doing it. Okay. So, Be Angel. I had to look at the list again. Be Angel, a higher view. So I'm going to do the cards a little quicker then. Instead of doing like the full message of it, I'm going to give you the big message, right? Yeah, and I'd rather send you the messages in a video rather than typing it all out anyway. So this is for you, Be Angel, and it's about a higher perspective. So this is asking you to get a different viewpoint on your life. Okay? This is about getting a different perspective on the situation or on things, because that can help you to navigate through it. But I'll read some of the points from it. Okay? Seeing from a higher perspective, conscious neutrality, right? So letting go of the feelings around the situation, okay? Letting go of judgment and assumption. We do a lot of assuming, right? But if you, like, when we stick back to the facts, that's the biggest thing I used to say to myself when I was healing through my trauma was, what are the facts? What are the facts? Because that's the one thing that we know, right? Is what are the facts? And that would pull me back from, am I making an assumption here? Am I assuming I know the information? Am I assuming things here? And we only know the perspective that has been given to us through our specific lens. So someone can come and tell you about their relationship and the problems that they're having in their relationship, and we're still going to tweak that based on how we hear it and perceive the information. Well, if you're not even 100% in the conversation, then you're missing out on a lot of cues and information. But we're also not in the inner dynamic of their relationship, or we're not seeing the world from their perspective or their viewpoint. That's why giving advice is always such a challenge to do for somebody, because they only want the advice that aligns with what they think they should do, or what they feel they should do, or maybe what they're capable of doing. They might not be in a position to do more, right? So stepping back and asking, what are the facts in the situation? And how can I be objective here, right? And not, taking out the personal quality to it. When we see our children suffering, we want to go in there and we want to help them. But a lot of times we need to go through the struggle. We need to go through that pain so that we can come out of it. My son, I wanted to help him numerous times. My oldest son, I wanted to help him numerous times, but I'm powerless to do anything. The only thing that me interfering in his stuff is going to do is cause a problem within our relationship, because that's the only thing I have control over, is my half of our relationship, right? As tough as that is. But if you present love and safety and unconditional love, that it doesn't matter what they're going through, you are there to listen and hold space for them, right? If you authentically listen to them and hold that space, wow, it's going to shift your relationship, because they're going to know no matter what they're going through, they can come and rest back home with mom or back home with dad, right? They can come back to that place. Okay, so beautiful, beautiful card. All right. So Tamika, your card. Okay, so we're going to power through this. The person that I'm on a call with is live with me right now. So she knows how I'm trying to get through this. You're so welcome, and connect with me. Like I said, that 30-minute call, you can take that 30-minute call, and it's free, right? And we can talk, and you can get a bit more guidance or advice. All right, Tamika, you got the broken open card. Okay. Hi, Cheyenne. How are you, love? So I'm rushing to get off. Yeah, Heidi, you will be next after Tamika, because I actually missed you because your name was smaller. I skipped past you. I apologize. So you're next after Tamika. Okay. So Tamika, broken open. So that was that, the conversation, because we pulled this card already once. So broken open is the fact that something in your life may have occurred that broke you wide open. It could have been the loss of a relationship, the loss of a job, the loss of, let's say you were part of a group and, the group shut down, or you got evicted from the group. So there's some big thing that maybe shifted in your life that made you hurt, and it caused grief in you. It is today, sweetie, because I'm pushing it to try to get as many people as I can before 11:30. So likely I wouldn't have time for a card for that for today, sweetie. But connect with me, and I'll probably give you one through Messenger. Okay. So there are situations in life when you see the value of loss, grief, and a broken heart. Yet it's not the pain or loss itself that must be the focus of your attention. No, not even the story of what happened. The details surrounding what has brought you to your knees is as important as what results from the experience. So it's an opportunity to look at, what did I learn from this experience? How did it allow me to grow, right? How did it allow me to get stronger? How did it change the course of my life onto this better life, right? This better course. Because that's often what it does. Those things happen to jar us awake so that we move into the right area, the space that we need to be in. We either leave the person, leave the job, leave the role that doesn't serve us so that we can be open to the ones that do and that are actually for us. And the more you love yourself and the more authentically you live, the more you will align yourself with the stuff that's meant for you. Okay, Heidi. You're welcome, Tamika. Beyond the ordinary. Look at that beautiful card. Beyond the ordinary. Okay. Oh, you want healing? Hoo-wee. We'll do some healing. And I'm going to at the last couple minutes of it, I'm only going to do healing. I'll heal for you, Heidi, at that point. Okay. Heidi, so Heather's still there, and Nikita. So we have Nikita and Heather. Okay. I'll do your healing in a second, Heidi. I'm going to pop another card. Okay. So Nikita, time machine. Nikita, time machine. All right. So I'll just pop through a couple more cards and then I'll just do healing. And anyone else that wants healing at the end of the session can just be a part of that healing. I am going to focus mostly towards Heidi unless someone else steps up and says, I need it. Then I would focus on the both of you. But for the most part, it's going to be straight towards Heidi. So Nikita, number 3. Inherited patterns, conditioning, lessons already learned, cellular memory, honoring the past without being trapped there. We rely on the stories we inherit from our ancestors, our family, our culture, and the world around us to construct a map of our reality. As we develop new stories in life, we build on those old foundations, repair them when we can, or tear them down to begin again. The best and most powerful traits and experiences of your ancestors are yours to integrate into your life so you don't have to revisit their hardships or rectify their mistakes. You have a magical map with which to look. I'm reading the second 2 lines at once. You have a magical map with which to navigate your current experiences. Look to the past for answers now and ask yourself, in this situation, what can I learn from those who came before me? What traits can I emulate in order to move through this challenge with wisdom? How can I build on what I already know and integrate this understanding? What might I do differently? Sometimes you walk blindly into traps set in the past. Perhaps you couldn't see that you were repeating a pattern until you were well into it. The best course of action here is to rest, practice self-compassion, and make conscious choice to do something differently next time. Clarity will come. Remember, if you always do what you did, you're going to always get what you got. And that is the biggest statement that we could all receive, right? If you're always doing what you did, you're always going to get what you got. There you go, sweetie. And then Heather's next. Okay. And if anyone else is on, I mean, you can say something. I know Shabam. You're welcome, Nikita. And then healing. It would work, Sarah. However, I'm okay with honoring your time, and then it gets me to focus as well. And I need to get better with my time. Ooh, Heather. Waking the Lion. I love this card. Waking the Lion, Heather. Number 19. Waking the Lion. I appreciate that, Sarah. I appreciate that. Regardless of the outer conditions right now, you can't wait for your fear to lessen before moving forward. In fact, despite the chaos and seeming disarray, you must be bold. Whatever your trepidation, act as if you have deep trust that all will be well. Nothing is promised to you, but you will never truly see magic if you don't take the risk. Come to the edge of certainty in your life and leap into the unknown. You have no guarantee of immediate success. Still, you must summon your bravery in the face of possible pain, failure, or even success and your own power. The act of making this leap, no matter the final outcome, wakens the lion within. Be proud of who you are and who you are becoming. No one can take this step away from you. What type of courage is called for today? Only you know, and only you have the power to choose your path. Know that it takes just as much strength and bravery to love and be vulnerable as it does to confront a personal challenge or physical obstacle. So call on your strength and stand your ground. Or consciously temper your emotional reactions, do nothing, and trust in your partnership with the divine. Whatever your choice, you will not fail as long as you act with courage and integrity. Beautiful. I won't have time today, Julie, love, but I'm back tomorrow, 9 to 10. Tomorrow I'm back from 9 until 10:30. Okay. Aw, so much love to you, sweetie. So much love to you. I'll be back from 9 until 10:30 tomorrow. I do have a hard stop because I have class tomorrow. But on Friday, I think I have a little more time on Friday. Let me check my calendar. So far, I have more time, so I can stay live longer on Friday for sure. Okay, you're so welcome, Heather. Okay, Shabam. Whoa. We're not taking those cards. We threw a couple. Okay, so Shabam, and then we're going to do a quick little healing, and away we go. Shabam, great and full. Okay, so this is your card, dear. I'm going to read fast so we can do a few minutes of healing. And then only thing I'm going to ask Sarah, she's patient enough to give me enough time to run to the bathroom. I'll open the Zoom call, but I'll run to the bathroom real quick. Before you begin to understand the process of manifesting your desires, you need to practice deep gratitude and the willingness to share with others. This is the true nature of prosperity. It's not about the things you accumulate at all. It's about how you feel. You're invited to surrender to an important truth. There is always enough for you. This is a good message for all of us. There is enough time to do the things you need and desire to do, enough opportunities to express your talents and connect to your purpose, and enough magic circulating through the invisible world into the visible. Begin your day immersed in gratitude for everything you have and everything you can't yet see, the unmanifest, which begins with every breath you take. Know that you are enough and all your needs are being fulfilled, even if you doubt this in some moments. No one's success can make you feel small, and comparing yourself to others never works. Your life is brimming with unique potential. Focus on that. When you hold this feeling of gratitude, it acts as a magical open sesame to the floodgates of abundance. Couple that with a playful sense of detachment, and you'll find that miracles have an uncanny way of showing up in your life. Your intentions birth forth into reality with little effort on your part. There is hope brimming with potentiality. It's okay that you don't always trust this. You are not alone in holding the candle high for transformation. Right now, contemplate how being in the energy of enough makes you feel. Eventually, you will have no attachment to what you do or do not manifest in the material world, what you do or do not have. Then, like magic, you have more than enough. What a fascinating universe we live in. So what a beautiful, beautiful message. So now we're going to do some healing. So Heidi is the only one that has requested healing at this time. So I'm going to focus my energy on Heidi. If anyone else wants healing energy, just follow along with what I'm doing for what I'm instructing for Heidi to do. Okay. So just place your hand on your chest space. And I just want you to close your eyes and see a beautiful white light coming into your body. It's a loving, warm, healing energy. That's all I'm sending to you. Okay. So I just want you to visualize that coming through your body and lighting up every space. If there's a space in particular that needs healing, focus on that space of this beautiful white light hitting you, okay? And if anybody else wants to do that, they can. I'm just going to take my second to get into connection. Okay, so for anybody that received healing, make sure that you drink lots of water. I have to do so myself, making sure that I'm drinking water and helping that to move through. I love you so much. Thank you so much for joining me today. I appreciate you all, and I'll be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. Eastern. And you can always go to the website, www.mindbodyspirithealthyself.com. I have my event that is coming up next week, which is a free event on igniting the healer within, called Divine Healing. And it also has all of the packages up there. So it has oracle readings, it has each of the sacred journey packages, and it also has the trauma wellness program on the top of the page. So look into that. And love to you, love to you. I will send it to you in a message, Heather, for sure. Love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you. Bye, guys. Thank you. Always good to see you, B and DD. All right. Bye, guys.